Good morning, my friend. Welcome to your day. This is not just another video. This is not background noise. This is a mirror for your soul. You're not here by accident. You didn't click this by mistake. Some part of you is tired. Tired of waking up feeling like something is missing. Tired of starting the day with a mind full of noise. Tired of wasting mornings and wasting life. But today something changes. Because this is not about fake motivation. It's not about shouting or hype. It's about truth. It's about peace. It's about taking back control of your mind every single morning. For the next few minutes, I want you to slow down, take a deep breath, and let these words enter your heart like medicine. Because the way you start your morning is the way you start your entire life. Now listen closely. These 12 lines I'm about to give you, they're not just nice quotes. They're weapons. Emotional vitamins your brain needs. Truths your heart forgot. Every time you say them out loud, you begin to rewire your brain. That's why this message is also perfect for your English listening practice. The words are simple. The meanings are deep. And the more you listen and repeat, the more you begin to speak. Not just in English, but in power. You want to speak better English? Start here. You want to speak better to yourself? Start here. Because how you talk to yourself in the morning is how you will feel, how you will move, and how you will live. So today, no matter how heavy yesterday was, no matter what you're facing right now, make this your new ritual. A sacred moment between you and you. No judgment, no noise, no shame. Just you, your breath, and the truth. Say these words with me. Feel them. Believe them. Repeat them every morning if you can. You don't need 1,000 rules to change your life. You just need a few powerful reminders, repeated every day, until you believe them again. Today is a fresh day, and I get to begin again. Not, I have to wake up. Not, I have so many problems. Not, it's already too late. But, I get to begin again. Do you know how many people didn't wake up today? How many would do anything for one more morning, one more sunrise, one more chance? You have that right now. You're breathing. You're alive. You're still in the story, which means it's not over yet. Your mistakes didn't kill you. Your regrets didn't stop you. Your pain didn't destroy you. You're here, and that's a miracle. So instead of waking up with guilt, stress, or self-hate, wake up with this. I get to begin again. Forget the past, the arguments, the failures, the mess. Forget the pressure of being perfect or the fear of starting too late. This moment right now is a clean open door. It doesn't care who you used to be. It only asks, who will you choose to be today? There was a man who wasted 20 years of his life in addiction, anger, and isolation. Every day he woke up thinking, it's too late. I've ruined everything. Until one morning, he looked in the mirror and whispered, maybe today I can begin again. That day he went for a walk. That walk turned into a journal. That journal became a business. That business turned into a new life. It didn't start with motivation. It started with one thought. Maybe I get to begin again. Wherever you are in life, no matter your age, your mistakes, or how long you've been stuck, remember this. You don't need a new year. You don't need permission. You don't need anyone to believe in you. You just need a morning. And this is yours. Now breathe. Close your eyes. Say it again. Today is a fresh day. And I get to begin again. I am grateful for what I have and excited for what's coming. Most people wake up in a state of lack. Their first thoughts are, I don't have enough money. I'm behind. I'm not where I should be. They start their day in a mental storm of pressure, fear, and comparison. But gratitude is the reset button for your brain. Pulls you out of what's missing and reminds you of what's already beautiful. And when you pair gratitude with excitement for the future, you activate peace and hope together. That's how you build an unstoppable mind. A woman named Clara used to wake up angry every morning. Angry at her job, her broken relationship, her unrealized dreams. One day, a mentor told her, for the next 30 days, before you look at your phone, say 3 things you're grateful for and 1 thing you're excited about. First, she laughed. How can this silly habit change anything? But she tried it anyway. Day 1. I'm grateful for my bed, my food, and the fact that I woke up. I'm excited to start writing again. Days passed, then weeks. Her energy changed. Her posture changed. Her ideas started flowing. She met new people. She started writing again. And within a year, she had a new life. Not because of luck, but because she changed her morning focus. Every morning, before you pick up your phone, before you scroll, compare, or complain, say this: I am grateful for what I have and excited for what's coming. Even if your life feels empty, find one thing to be grateful for: your breath, your body, your strength, your will to keep going, your mind that still dreams. Then imagine what's coming. You don't have to know how. You just have to feel it. Because gratitude turns the ordinary into magic, and excitement pulls that magic closer. Take a deep breath and say it again. I am grateful for what I have and excited for what's coming. Say it until your chest feels warm. Say it until your eyes fill with tears. Say it until you believe again. Because the moment you feel gratitude in your heart, you already have everything you need to change your life. I am in control of my thoughts and emotions. Most people wake up reacting to problems, to people, to thoughts that hurt them. Their minds run wild. Their emotions jump from joy to anger to sadness in minutes. But this truth is your anchor. You may not control what happens today or what others say or do, but you can always control how you respond, how you talk to yourself, and what you choose to focus on. That is your superpower. Imagine a man named David. He wakes up late, spills his coffee, checks his phone, and finds 3 stressful messages. The day hasn't even started, and his mind is already overwhelmed. But you can choose differently. You can pause, breathe, and remind yourself, I am in control of my thoughts and emotions. Would you like me to continue rewriting the rest of the speech, lines 10:02 onward? But then he pauses. He says out loud, I am in control of my thoughts and emotions. Not my phone. Not this coffee. Not the pressure. He takes a breath. He slows down. He opens this video. And instead of reacting to life like a victim, he takes back control like a warrior. Now the world doesn't feel so loud. His breathing slows, his decisions improve, and he walks into the day with power. The next time your mind wants to panic, say, this thought is not my master. This emotion is not permanent. I am in control now. That simple sentence is like pressing the brakes on a fast car. It brings your mind back to the present, because emotions are waves, and you can learn to surf them instead of drown in them. Your brain is always listening, so speak with strength. Even if you don't feel in control, say it anyway. I am in control of my thoughts and emotions. Eventually, you will be. I will focus only on what I can control. Why does this truth matter? Because most people lose their power before the day even begins. Not because of pain, but because of pointless focus. They wake up thinking, what if that person ignores me again? What if I don't get the result I wanted? What if they don't appreciate my work? What if I fail again? And just like that, their energy is wasted on things outside their control. That's mental slavery. There are only 2 zones in life. The zone of control, your thoughts, actions, reactions, habits, effort, decisions, kindness, and growth. The zone of chaos, other people's opinions, outcomes, the past, the future, the weather, the algorithm, delays, rejections. Guess what? Most people live in the chaos zone and ignore the control zone. Then they wonder why their minds are always anxious, restless, and tired. Imagine a tree in a thunderstorm. The rain falls hard. The wind blows strong. The sky turns gray, branches bend, leaves fall. But what does the tree do? It doesn't waste energy trying to stop the storm. It doesn't cry because the sky is angry. It doesn't compare itself to the sun. It does one thing: it focuses on its roots. It holds itself strong. It grounds itself deeper. And it waits. Because the tree understands. The storm is not in its control, but its response is. When the storm passes, the tree is still there, rooted, calm, alive. Now ask yourself, are you wasting energy trying to control the weather? Or are you grounding yourself like the tree? Here's your morning practice. As soon as you feel stress in your chest, ask yourself, is this in my control? If yes, act. If no, release. Simple rule. Life-changing result. Say this out loud. I will focus only on what I can control. I protect my energy. I control my zone. Repeat that every morning. Your power doesn't come from doing more. It comes from letting go of what doesn't belong to you. When you protect your energy from the outside world, you finally have the strength to build your inner one. I am becoming better every single day. Even if no one sees it, I know I'm growing. Why is this truth healing? Because in today's world, progress feels invisible. You try, you change, you grow, and yet you feel stuck. You ask yourself, why am I not improving faster? Why don't I feel different? Why does nobody notice my effort? And slowly you begin to doubt your journey. But listen closely. Growth is not loud. Improvement is not always visible. Healing is not always exciting. Progress is often silent. Think about boiling water. You put a pot of cold water on the stove. You light the fire. You stare at it. For minutes, nothing happens. It looks calm, still, unchanged. But what you can't see is that the molecules are moving faster, the heat is rising, and transformation has already begun. Then suddenly, bubbles appear. The water starts to dance. And within moments, it's boiling. But it didn't start with boiling, it started with consistency. The heat didn't show results at first, but it was working the entire time. Just like you might feel stuck. You might feel like nothing is happening. You might feel like you're wasting time. But you're building heat. Your mind is shifting. Your habits are forming. Your thoughts are realigning. Your energy is rising. And soon, your results will boil over, but only if you keep going. Say this, I don't need applause. I don't need speed. I just need to keep going. Whisper to yourself, I am becoming better every single day. My job is to stay in the heat because the water is moving even if I can't see it. I am worthy of good things. I no longer reject what I deserve. I am open to love, peace, success, and joy. Many people don't suffer from a lack of opportunity. They suffer from a deep, hidden belief that they don't deserve more. They think, I'm not smart enough to succeed. I don't deserve real love. Maybe happiness is for others, not me. This is emotional poverty, a silent virus that lives inside people who've been ignored, rejected, hurt, or shamed for years. Even when life offers them something good, they find a way to push it away. Someone compliments them, they say, no, not really. Someone gives them a chance, they self-sabotage. Life opens a door, they hesitate and walk away. A relationship feels safe, they ruin it because it feels too good to be true. Why? Because deep down they believe I'm not worthy. And until that belief is destroyed, they'll keep repeating the same cycle, getting close to good things and running away. Imagine the ocean, vast, deep, endless. It doesn't ask for permission to exist. It doesn't shrink itself to make others comfortable. It doesn't stop its waves because someone doesn't like the noise. It simply exists fully, takes up space. It moves with force. It receives sunlight. It reflects the moon. It accepts the storm. And still it stays. Now imagine if the ocean said, maybe I'm too big. Maybe I should dry up a little. Maybe I don't deserve the moonlight. Maybe the rain is punishment. It would no longer be the ocean. It would become a puddle. That's what we do when we shrink ourselves. That's what we do when we say, good things are not for me. But the truth is, you are meant to be an ocean, not a puddle. You were never born to beg for crumbs. You were never born to dim your light. You were never meant to just survive. You were born to receive fully. Say it now with strength. I am worthy of good things. I am worthy of healing. I am worthy of respect. I am worthy of kindness. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of joy. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of opportunities. And don't just say it, practice it. If someone compliments you, don't reject it. Say, thank you. I receive that. If a good opportunity comes, don't self-doubt. Say, why not me? If you feel peace, don't overthink it. Say, I deserve to feel this calm. You don't get more by working harder. You get more by believing you're worthy of more. Because life can't give you what your mind keeps rejecting. So every morning, say it out loud. I am worthy of good things. Would you like me to continue rewriting from here, the next part of the speech after 2002? And say it until it feels real. I am worthy of good things. And today, I will not reject what is meant for me. I will not let fear guide my decisions. I choose courage even when it's uncomfortable. I choose movement even if it's small. Most people don't live their life, they live their fears. They wake up with a dream in their heart and a chain of fear around their mind. They think, what if I fail? What if they laugh? What if I'm not good enough? What if I lose everything? And so they do nothing. They sit, they shrink, they stay safe. They wait for confidence to magically appear. But confidence doesn't come first, courage does. Confidence comes after action. Think of a river blocked by a giant rock. The water wants to flow forward, but the rock is heavy. Fear is like that rock. But what does the river do? It doesn't stop flowing. It doesn't turn back. It doesn't wait for someone to move the rock. The river moves around it. It finds new paths, carves through stone. It reshapes mountains over time. The river never lets the obstacle decide its direction. Now think of your life. How many decisions have you made because of fear? I won't speak up. I'm scared of judgment. I won't start. What if I fail? I won't apply. I'll probably be rejected. I won't love. I'll probably get hurt. Every time you let fear make a decision, you stop flowing like the river. You become a frozen pond. But you were never meant to stay still. You were meant to flow, move, carve, and grow. Each morning, ask yourself, where is fear holding me back? What would I do today if I wasn't scared? Then do one small thing anyway. Speak even if your voice shakes. Post the video even if no one claps. Apply for the job even if you don't feel ready. Say the truth even if it scares you. Take one step even if the rest is unclear. Because fear only shrinks when you walk through it. Say this out loud right now. I am not fear. I am not my doubt. I am movement. I am strength. I am the river. Now breathe in deeply and say it again. This time with force. I will not let fear guide my decisions. I forgive myself for my past mistakes. Many people aren't tired from life. They're tired from carrying the weight of their past. They walk around with invisible pain. That one regret they never talk about. That decision they made years ago. That version of themselves they still secretly hate. That moment where they disappointed someone or themselves. They live life like a punishment, repeating this one thought. I don't deserve peace because of what I did. Here's the truth. The past is real, but it doesn't need to be repeated. You are not here to be your own jailer. You are here to grow, not to suffer forever. Imagine a traveler walking through a desert. They're thirsty, tired, lost. But on their back, they carry a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Each rock has a label. Guilt, regret, shame, self-blame, old voices, old mistakes, old stories. I shouldn't have, why did I? They walk 1 mile, then fall. They try again, fall again. Not because the road is impossible, but because the weight is too heavy. Now imagine this. What if the traveler paused, opened the bag, and started taking out one rock at a time? What if they said, this one, I've carried it long enough. It hurt me. I've learned from it. I forgive myself. I let it go. Suddenly, their steps get lighter. Their breath gets deeper. Their back straightens. They begin to walk, not crawl. That's what forgiveness does. It doesn't erase the past. It releases the weight. It doesn't say nothing happened. It says something happened, but I choose to heal anyway. Find one rock you've been carrying silently. One mistake you punish yourself for. One version of you that feels too broken to love. Then say this out loud. I made a mistake, but I am not that mistake. I did the best I could with the mind I had. I forgive myself. I choose peace over punishment. I am not here to suffer. I am here to grow. Say it slowly. Feel it. Let the tears come if they do. Don't let your old self control your new future. Don't carry rocks through the desert. Put them down. Walk lighter. Whisper to yourself, I forgive myself for my past mistakes. Because peace begins the moment punishment ends. I will protect my peace and energy. We live in a world that's always yelling. scroll, compare, argue, react, fear, panic, pressure. Everyone is telling you who to be, what to feel, what to chase. If you're not careful, your mind becomes a hotel, and every negative thought becomes a free guest. Suddenly, you feel tired for no reason, angry over things that don't matter. You feel like your day is being controlled by the world. Why? Because you forgot the most important rule. Peace is not given, it is protected. Imagine a temple sitting at the top of a mountain. Inside that temple, there is silence, calm, stillness, warmth. A place to breathe, to reflect, to feel whole. Now imagine every time someone from the outside came with noise, anger, gossip, negativity, distraction, or chaos. The temple allowed them in. They stomped on the floor. They shouted. They broke the silence. What happens? The temple becomes a market, and its original purpose, peace, is lost. You are that temple. Every time you let someone's chaos enter your heart, every time you argue with someone who doesn't deserve your energy, every time you let your phone decide your emotions, you turn your temple into a market. Say this before you check your phone. Say this before you scroll through other people's lives. Say this before you reply to that message. I will protect my peace and energy. I will not engage with what doesn't serve me. I will not argue with noise. I will not give my attention to things that don't build me. If someone tries to bring chaos to your door, not today. You have peace to protect. Silence your notifications for 1 hour. Don't argue with fools. Let silence win. Take deep breaths before reacting. Don't scroll into someone else's highlight reel. Spend 10 minutes with yourself in silence. Light a candle. Close your eyes. Return to your temple. Your peace is the foundation of your clarity, creativity, and power. Don't give it away to the first noise that knocks on your mind. Say it out loud. I will protect my peace and energy. Let the world stay loud, you stay still. I am proud of how far I've come. When you wake up each morning, it's easy to look at what's missing, what's broken, what's unfinished, or what you haven't achieved. Your brain immediately says you're still not there. Look how far others are ahead. You should have done more. And without realizing it, you start your day in a state of self-rejection. But this truth, this is your shield. This is how you fight back against shame, comparison, and pressure. You may not be perfect, but you're no longer lost. You may not be fast, but you've never stopped walking. You may not be there yet, but look at how far you've already come. Imagine a mountain path. The peak is still far away. Fog covers the top. You can't see the finish line. You feel tired, sweaty, unsure. But then you pause, look back, and see the distance you've already climbed. Would you like me to continue rewriting from this point? You look back at the valley you came from, the steep rocks you climbed, the wild forests you walked through, the rivers you crossed, the storms you survived. You realize I'm not at the top, but look how far I've come. And in that moment, you feel something rare, self-respect. That's what this truth is. It's not pride from ego. It's pride from endurance, the kind of pride that says, I kept going when I wanted to quit. I stayed soft when life got hard. I'm not perfect, but I'm here, and that means something. When you brush your teeth, when you tie your shoes, when you look in the mirror, say this, I see you. I know it hasn't been easy, but I'm proud of you, not because of what you have, but because of what you've survived. Speak to yourself the way you wish someone had spoken to you. You don't only deserve celebration at the finish line. You deserve it for every step you've already taken. So today, stop waiting for someday to feel proud. Stand still, look back, smile softly, and whisper, I am proud of how far I've come. And today, I'll take one more step forward. Everything happens for a reason, even if I don't see it yet. Sometimes life doesn't make sense. Bad things happen. Good people suffer. Dreams break. Relationships end. Effort fails. And your mind screams, why me? What did I do wrong? What's the point of all this pain? You feel lost, like life is punishing you. But what if you're not being punished? What if you're being prepared? What if that heartbreak was a redirection? What if that failure was a lesson? What if that delay was protection? Imagine a seed planted deep in the soil. It's dark, cold, silent, lonely. No light, no sky, no answers. The seed doesn't understand what's happening. It feels buried, forgotten. But slowly, from that darkness, something begins to stir. A root, a sprout, a climb toward the light. And one day, the seed breaks through the soil and becomes a tree, strong, tall, unshakable. But none of it would have happened without the dark. The seed didn't know it, but life wasn't burying it. Life was planting it. That's your life too. Whatever confusion, pain, or silence you're facing, don't label it too early. Say this: I don't know why this is happening yet, but I trust it's not for nothing. Maybe this will teach me strength. Maybe this will shape my purpose. Maybe I'll look back one day and say, thank you. Not everything will make sense in the moment, but time always reveals truth. The worst chapters of your life may become the most meaningful parts of your story. So stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, how is this happening for me? Let that question soften your pain. Let it give your heart space to breathe again. Whisper, everything happens for a reason, even if I don't see it yet. Because sometimes the hardest moments become the clearest mirrors. I am alive. I am capable. I am enough. Right now, as I am. Before the success, before the approval, before the change, I am already enough. Almost every problem you face, every insecurity, every fear, every bit of anxiety, can be traced back to one silent belief. I'm not enough. Not successful enough. Not smart enough. Not attractive enough. Not loved enough. Not strong enough. Not fluent enough. Not disciplined enough. And because of that belief, you begin to chase everything: validation, love, attention, success. You chase more because you secretly believe you are less. But hear this clearly: you don't need to become more to matter. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy. You don't need to earn love, joy, or peace. You just need to remember who you already are. You are here. You are alive. You are breathing. And that is enough. Imagine the moon. Every night it shows up in the sky. Sometimes it's full, bright, round, glowing with power. Other times it's just a thin line, barely visible, quiet, almost hidden. But here's the truth. The moon is never less of the moon. Even when you can't see it, it's still whole. Even when it disappears from the sky, it's still there. It doesn't need to be full to be beautiful. It doesn't need to shine brightly every night to still be enough. You are that moon. Some days you shine. Some days you feel small. Some days you feel like you're disappearing. But through all of it, you are still whole. You are still worthy. You are still enough. You don't need 1,000,000 followers to be valuable. You don't need to be fluent in English to be powerful. You don't need the perfect body to be lovable. You don't need the best job to have purpose. You don't need a loud life to live a meaningful one. You don't need to impress others to deserve rest. You are already enough right now in this very moment, with your imperfections, with your unfinished story, with your doubts, with your dreams. You are not missing anything. You are already whole. Take your hand, place it on your heart, close your eyes, and say this slowly. I am alive. I am capable. I am enough. I don't need to prove it to anyone, because I feel it in my bones, because I'm tired of chasing, because I'm ready to come home to myself. Some people will cry when they hear this, not because they're weak, but because they've never heard anyone say it to them before. No one ever told them they were enough. Not their parents, not their teachers, not their friends. They've lived their whole lives trying to earn something that was already theirs. So if that's you, this is your moment, the moment you stop chasing and start accepting. The moment you return home to yourself, the raw, real, imperfect, beautiful version of you. You are alive. You are capable. You are enough. And nothing this world does can take that away. Let this be the sentence that ends your war. Let this be the morning that begins your freedom. Say it one more time. I am alive. I am capable. I am enough. If you've made it this far, let me tell you something. You just gave your mind a gift no one else could give it. Not a friend, not an app, not a coach. Only you. You chose to speak with love. You chose to train your thoughts. You chose to plant seeds of truth. And that means you're already transforming. Now imagine what will happen if you repeat this every morning. Not once, but daily, until your subconscious begins to believe it, until your life begins to reflect it, until your soul begins to feel safe. So please, save this message. Come back to it. Repeat it like prayer. Let it become your morning ritual. And if you felt this in your heart, if this helped you speak to yourself with more kindness, then do one small thing. Share it, write I am enough, and remind someone else that they are too. Because we can keep growing together every single morning. Sunrise,